Hello and welcome to MUKBANIME, the mukbang where I review an anime or manga I like. Today's anime is Sonny Boy by Shingo Natsume, and today's meal is chicken shawarma and fries from Royal Shawarma. Sonny Boy came out in 2021 and is a 12-episode single-core anime series that was one of my favorite anime series of that year. It's very different. Director and creator Shingo Natsume formerly worked on One Punch Man Season 1, was a co-director on Space Dandy, and more recently Boogie Pop and Others, and Tatami Time Machine Blues. That being said, this is not really like those other series. It's not as very actiony, it's not very comedic. I have to preface here that this is a very artsy show, and what I mean by that is I feel like Sonny Boy is more of a visual and atmospheric experience rather than a clear, distinct story. If you're looking for clear, direct answers in this story, you're not really going to find that. A lot of it, I feel, is up to interpretation. There are events that play out, but they show them in a very specific way that leaves viewers questioning on the results or questioning the story or whatever's going on. So if you just want to watch a punch, kick, sexy, laughing, funny series, this is really not for you. If you're down to be in a contemplative mood, this might be worth checking out. Before we get into what the series is about, the opening theme, Shonen Shoujo, is incredible. While the series doesn't have an opening animation sequence, this theme song plays at the end of every episode, and it is just a vibe. And what I mean by that is I feel like it perfectly encapsulates the feeling of the series of being a young teenager and trying to figure out your place in everything. It touches on weird nostalgic feelings of interacting with classmates and feeling that you don't belong, but also at the same time learning more about each other and what things could have been. And now going into what the series is about, Sonny Boy starts right in the middle of it. We follow this class that has mysteriously been transported to another world. As they're discovering more things and rules about this world, they realize, oh, they have access to these supernatural abilities. Now, most people hear that and they think there's going to be some action or some fighting and whatnot, but the conflict isn't really about that. The conflict comes from the disagreements of how they should traverse and live in this new world. It's very... I would say it's pretty akin to like a Lord of the Flies situation where these kids are stranded and they don't have any help from the outside world. All they know is that their class is somewhere else and they're just trying to get home. And every episode we see them traverse to other worlds where there are different rules, and in each world they learn more things about themselves. And in these worlds they learn to adapt and survive and need to cooperate with each other in order to move on. While the world building may sound interesting and might seem like it has like a lot of definitive like rules and guidelines to follow, it's really philosophical and esoteric at times. I don't believe it's meant to exclude people from enjoying it. I just think you just need to I personally feel that audiences just need to tap into what this vibe and feeling is in each scene. There's a lot of mystery and what ifs and unclear scenes that we are supposed to interpret in certain ways. Are these characters real? Is death figurative or literal? What is time? What is aging? What is reality? Like, it kind of lightly grazes upon all these weird existential feelings in this very visually beautiful, artsy series. I cannot stress enough, like, this is not for people who just want to watch a Jujutsu Kaisen fight. Like, this is like very much like an artsy fartsy piece, and I say that lovingly. Personally, for me, it's not as overbearing as something like the Bakemonogatari series, where that has a very new wave French cinema vibe. For example, like random close-ups of a character's mouth as they're talking, and then white text over black about what they're feeling on the inside as the dialogue is going on. Like that, it's not quite like that. It's just more so looking at big landscapes, or just seeing characters just stand alone and feel their presence in the universe. That kind of vibe and atmosphere. As to why I love this series so much, it's just nice that there are anime like this. When people think about anime, they think there's gotta be loud yelling, there's gotta be fighting, there's gotta be booby jokes, there's gotta be some, I don't know, like a harem or whatever. Like there's gotta be some kind of like stereotypical thing. But this honestly just felt like creator Shingo Natsume just wanted to tell his story. He just wanted to tell this deeply soulful experience story, and also deliver it in this anime medium, the medium that he's familiar with. Visually, this doesn't really look anything like the works that he's been on. Back in the day, he was known for working on Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but this is nowhere. This aesthetic is completely different. This has a very personal touch and flavor to it. It's like, it was something I really appreciated during the time while watching it, especially because so much of the anime market is saturated with isekais or battle shonens and whatnot. And while I enjoy every genre, you don't really get things like this. You don't really get a Sonny Boy that often. And it was one of those things, watching it week by week, I was like, I really hope this lands, and it did for me personally. While the ending, some may argue, was really up in the air, or some people gave up halfway through, and that's okay if you did, but for those who stick it out, I promise you this is really intriguing to watch. And and I would love to hear what you think if you do check it out, or if you have checked it out, let me know what you think down below. Obviously no spoilers for people who have seen it, or if you do want to spoil, just tag it appropriately. But yeah, and that was Sonny Boy. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.